Hey, this is Corey Marks, and you're listening to Rock On Radio.
Hello, Producer Claire.
Howdy.
We are here at the two-track studios of Deco Entertainment for yet another riveting week
Yes.
of Rock On Radio.
Yes, it is.
Welcome to Rock On Radio. I am your host, Danny Coleman. Facebook, Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2. That would be the number 2. And Instagram is at Rock On Radio, all one word, all capital letters. So we're going to introduce our guests right now. Is that all right with you there, producer extraordinaire?
If it wasn't, would that matter?
Producer extraordinaire. So, we have Tom and Will of Never the Name. Yay!
Hello.
Thank you.
Welcome
hello.
Hello.
Could you tell the shock and awe in my voice when you reached out to me? I'm like, wow, you've been here already and you still want to come back?
He actually did say that. That's not a joke. He really did. He's like, you've been
always
here.
says that.
You want to
Wanna
come
come
back?
back?
Like
Will
on
is a
purpose?
repeat offender.
You're asking to attend? Wow. Do I owe you money or something?
No, that just means I just like you that much. Or maybe it's just Claire.
Probably Claire. Probably Claire.
It's
yeah.
me.
Yeah, of course it is. So you got some stuff happening, man. What's going on?
Yeah. I mean, usually when I see you, I'm here for another project. But, now we had Never the Name, a project where I actually front for once. And I'm here with my good friend Tom Bryant, who is the guitarist for Never the Name, and he is an amazing musician, and that's why I love him so much.
Well, thank you, good sir. The feeling is mutual.
Now, we were kind of, before we went on air, Tom and I were talking. It's been so long since you've been here.
Nearly a decade.
Gosh.
Nearly.
Wow.
Time flies, man.
That's so much fun he was having.
I can't believe it.
It's true.
The time flies when you're having rum, too. So,
Does it, or do you just lose track of it?
I feel like that should be on a T-shirt with
more
like
like
a
it.
pirate.
correct. So wow. So it's been that long since you've been here,
Yep.
Tom. We were talking. You were here with Monmouth Music when my friend Mario owned Monmouth Music, and we were there for the One More YouTube show. You were there with Taylor Tote.
That's right. And my buddy Nick Ryan.
And, oh, that's right. And Nick was there too.
One more. Like
Nick came on after
one more
that,
with
too.
Brian
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was the original One More. Brian
Yes.
took over from me.
Okay.
Yeah, for the first year.
He said, "I am the OG. Get it right."
That's right. No, I was I was asked to start that show
Oh, okay.
by a gentleman named Matt Smith at the Carousel,
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
whatever. And
Carousel, whatever.
What the heck's the name of that Carousel Arts or something is the
Yeah,
name
Carousel
of the
Arts,
production
Something
company.
to that effect.
So we did that, and we needed a location, and my friend Mario owned Monmouth Music at the time in Red Bank, and he's like, you can use my back room. So we used to set up there and do the YouTube show. And then we had some creative differences, we'll say,
Those.
and Brian took over.
Yeah,
So now you've got Never the Name,
that I do.
which I believe the last time you were in here or you called, we talked about why it's called Never the Name.
Correct.
And for the life of me, Will,
Can't
I have
remember
no
why.
idea.
Maybe it was because the rum caused the time to get
That
lost.
could be. Could be.
It's a lot
So
missing there.
the reasoning behind the band being called Never the Name was my logic was it's really about the music. So if you like the music, it's never the name of the band that matters.
Ah, that makes
So
sense.
that's where
yeah.
it comes from. I hope you remember the name, but it's not the point.
It's like 9 Inch Nails. It's like NT.
NTN, correct. maybe some people will get it confused and more people will follow
That's
us.
right.
Never underscore the underscore name, by the way. You can follow us.
Wait, I am a bit shocked.
Shocked.
You are not.
I am so
You are
that you knew who 9 Inch Nails were.
I don't live it completely under a rock. I just don't like Led Zeppelin.
Interesting. Okay.
Just saying.
Things you learn on Rock On
things you
Radio.
Didn't
learn.
realize that. Wow.
Okay, so this project now, is this project in addition to the other band, or is this
This project is in addition to
the other band? Right?
several other bands that
Several
I'm
other
in.
bands. All right, well, who else are you?
Well, last time I was here with Brian Hansen Band, which
Right.
I've been the longtime bass player for feels like forever. I've been with Brian. And I'm also the bassist for the Extensions, which has Brian Erickson.
Yeah.
And then I am the bassist for Matt Cook. So
Oh,
I
no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We love
I
Matt. We
haven't
have to get
seen
him
Matt.
back.
I haven't seen a gig from Matt Cook in forever.
Yeah, neither do we.
Neither do we.
Oh, you playing with him as well?
Thomas in that
That's
band,
how
too.
I met Will. Actually, was through Matt Cook.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Your Never the Name is literally me taking one member from each of the other bands.
Really?
Who'd you take
Seriously.
from the
Nice.
Extensions?
Lisa Lovell.
Oh, no kidding. She playing keys for
She
you?
plays keys for the,
Oh.
and then after our original drummer left, the drummer who stepped in for Brian Hansen Band was Joshua Van Ness.
That's
So I
right.
literally just took
Yeah.
one person from each band. I didn't go that far.
That is good. Though.
It's a matter of convenience. I just go with what works.
Where you going, Will? I'm going shopping. Where?
In the bands I'm in. What do you think? I'm going to put in effort?
Picking and choosing. You, yes. You know. You, yes. So, well, you're here because you have is it an EP or a full-length CD? What do you have going on?
Well, technically it's full length because what is it? Anything over 5 tracks or something, whatever the standard is, and it's 7 tracks. So I made the cutoff.
That's full-length.
It's
Yeah.
full length,
Mhm.
which comes out on the 21st. So very soon. You guys can
Soonly.
check it out. Soonly.
And what's the title?
The title of the album is Millennial Boomer Consumer.
But it's never in the name.
It's never the name.
Never the name. Nice. Millennial Boomer Consumer.
Correct.
Wow.
Now, will it be on CD or for the boomers, or will it
Well,
be-
the boomers, I have not put any effort into putting it on the medium known as compact disc as of yet, but it will be on the streams.
Just downloads.
Nice.
Okay.
For the millennial boomers.
For the millennials. That's right. For the millennial consumers.
They're correct. The millennial
Correct.
consumers.
When I sit back and I think about all of the forms of media that I've seen in my lifetime, of which I have every version in my house right now. I have a 1910 and a 1915 RCA Victrola
Wow.
with 78 records.
You got brand new.
I bought them brand new in 1910. Yes.
Yes.
And
at the age of 21.
you had to be to purchase them. The serial number on my money was like 1. So I went to. So I have that. I have my stereo. I have cassette decks. I had an 8-track player. Now I had an 8-track player, and I had a bunch of 8-tracks. I had some really good 8-tracks. I had like Iron Butterfly, Inagata Devita, Jimi Hendrix Experience,
All
Are You
right,
Experienced? I had Zeppelin. I had all this great stuff on 8-track. And when I moved from my very first house to my second one, I found the taste, but I couldn't find the player. And I'm looking all over, and I figured, oh, well, I can't find the player. So I donated the 8-tracks to a friend of mine. And he's like, oh, you want something for this? People pay decent money for these. I said, for what? There's nothing to play it on. If you can make money, take them. Within 3 days, I found the player. Accidentally.
Wow.
I'm like,
Accidentally.
no. Yeah, I opened up a copy paper box, and it was on the bottom underneath a couple of different other things.
Oh,
I was like,
gotta have more patience.
right? But I have a cassette deck. I have CDs. I have a CD player. I have thumb drives. Of course, we have the computer with the downloads.
That's it.
It's like, what are they going to come out with next?
You stream it directly into your brain.
Whoa,
Yeah.
the chip.
It's kind of scary.
The chip.
The chip.
That'll be next.
Oof, that's scary. I hope I'm dead.
Oh my, that escalated quickly, Claire.
She went there pretty fast.
She went there fast. 0 to 100.
Scary.
Well,
0
it
to
wasn't.
100.
It wasn't. At least it wasn't me. She
At least it wasn't. Well, yeah, she
kept it to herself.
Danny could be dead. Like, wait a minute.
Well, it's
That's
scary.
only because she needs a ride home tonight.
That's true.
So
I do need a ride home.
correct. So you're streaming it only. Now, is there a release party in the works for?
Yes, there is a very slowly forming plan for a release show. We're still kind of learning the songs in that sense and tightening them up and trying to coordinate everybody because, I'm in a bunch of projects that are busy. Tom is really kind of kicking into gear with some stuff that he's been doing lately. I'm in the extensions with Lisa, so she's pretty much busy anytime I'm busy. And then Joshua Van Ness is in 75 different bands.
Yes, it's true.
Which is funny when you
No exaggeration.
when you mention Josh, I'm thinking to myself, he's been awful quiet lately.
No.
Because he's too busy.
He's too busy.
You're putting 7 songs on this disc, which is called
Millennial Boomer Consumer.
okay, and how many do you have? How many have you written?
How many songs?
Songs, yeah. That you put 7. I mean, obviously you got at least 7.
Yes.
Are you one of these guys who has 7
Oh.
now and has like 22 more in the tank?
That would, yes. Tom is already nodding his head.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, 20-something is an understatement, but yes. I am one of those people. I just write constantly.
Okay. Well, you were talking earlier about the extensions
Mm-hmm.
and Brian, of course, Brian Hansen Band, and now you have your own thing.
Yep.
Do you find it difficult to slide in and out of each project?
No.
And how do you not bring your own stuff to the band? How do you sit down and say, this is, I like this song, but I'm not giving it to the extensions because I don't think it's this, or, forget Brian. I'm not giving this to him either. He's got his Radio Motorhead project going on with Lemmy. I ain't doing this. So I mean, how do you decide what stays never the name and
So I don't write any songs for the extensions just because I have never tried to, I guess I could say, because, that's a very democratic band with for 5 people. That's very impressive. So that makes that one simple. I've just never tried to. For Brian Hansen Band, I write about half of the music for that band. But for Never the Name, it's usually the songs that I kind of gravitate towards on a personal sense. Those become the Never the Name songs, or songs that I wrote from my personal experiences or drawn upon from the people closest to me. And I'm like, well, nobody else can tell those stories but me, so those become Never the Name songs. So that's kind of how you get the difference.
excellent. Well, why don't we do some now?
We'll do some now.
You want to do something live, or do you want to go from?
Let's try playing something live first.
All right.
We're going to do that. We're going to play our second single, which is a song called Consequences. Came out in, I don't know.
January, I think, right?
January, something like that.
Okay.
We filmed a music video for it. We filmed music videos for all of our singles, which was fun. Yeah, we did this one at the House of Independence, right in Asbury
all
Park.
right. And where can we find that video?
It's on our YouTube channel, which is Never the Name. No underscores in that one. It's just Never the Name. You can find this. No, I'm sorry. That's the TikTok. TikTok is just Never the Name. YouTube is also Never_the_name. So please go and follow, subscribe, like and subscribe, right? That's what you're supposed to say for YouTube, and watch the music videos. But we did this one at the House of Independence in Asbury Park, and it's a song that's very personal. It goes out to anybody who is still, here. It's a song of what you would want to say to somebody who was thinking of ending it all, and that's what this song is about. So it's called Consequences, and Tom and I are going to get into it.
Let's do it.
Please be here tomorrow. Don't leave me in sorrow. I need you to live. To know I love you and adore you. I can never stop thinking of you. Don't let the day end. Keep on trying. If you were gone, the angels would not stop crying. Believe in the sunlight. I see you shine bright. I'm asking you to stay. I'm begging you remain. Darkness is not the answer. You matter. If the pain's great, I commiserate. Do not tempt fate just to get away. When the world's cold, I can be the stone till you can get strong and you can stand up on your own. Believe in the sunlight. I see you shine bright. Believe in the sunlight. And I see you shine bright. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Never the Name
Nice ending.
with the song called Consequences here on Rock On Radio. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
Tom is amazing.
It's all this guy.
So now that we got some, where'd you record it?
In my basement.
Ah,
Indeed. The whole album was done right in my
Nice.
basement.
okay.
Awesome.
Economical that way.
Economically, indeed.
All right, so let's go backwards for our listeners a little bit. Tom, where are you from?
I'm originally from Bradley Beach, New Jersey.
Okay. All right. And you, sir?
I'm originally from Hillside, New Jersey.
Okay. So you're in North Jersey.
Uh-huh.
You're East Coast,
Yes, sir.
Eastern New Jersey, so to speak. So, and you met him in the other band?
And Matt Cook and the Herd.
Matt Cook
believe
and
we
the
were
Herd.
Matt Cook and the Carrots at the
Yeah,
time.
Matt Cook and the Carrots. We don't actually subscribe to being called the Herd, but Matt just keeps insisting on that.
That's so funny because I haven't seen his name. Usually I used to see his name pop up all the time, and I thought maybe he moved or
No, he's still around.
kind of put stuff down for a while.
I
But
believe he's been recording too. He might be locked up in his own studio.
He's locked away in his home studio, aka the playroom. That's what he calls it. Don't ask. That's what he calls it.
So, all right, wait, Tom, when you were, well, how long you been playing guitar?
Since 2005. Well, actually, I first started when I was like 6 or 7 years old in the 90s, and I didn't stick with it at the time. But fortunately, my high school was offering a beginning guitar class, so I took that when I was a freshman, 2005, and that was it for me. I was sold, and that's been my life pretty much ever since.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, do you remember, you have your own stuff as well, right? You write a little bit of your own stuff?
I have. I've never really put it out there. I've mostly either been like, a support guy or a band member. That's more my thing.
Okay. You remember your first gig?
My first gig. Yeah, I do remember my first gig. Yeah. It was at like a summer camp that I was going to, where a friend of mine and me, like, we were writing stuff together, and we were like, can we play our songs? Can we have like an end of the summer kind of fun gig where we play our songs and a barbecue and everything? And they're like, yeah, sure. So they threw us each like $20 and we played some songs.
Oh, that's it, man. You got a paid gig.
Yeah.
How about you, Will?
Jeez. First gig. Not counting things like this one time at band camp, which is why that line is always funny. Not counting, things like band camp or school. I mean, do school functions count?
That's a good question.
Because, my first gig was like, we used to have something called Putting on the Hits at my high school, and we would do songs. The band I was in at the time was called Oreo because it was, two black guys and a white guy, so we called ourselves Oreo. That true story. And we would do, like Corn or something like that because that's what we like to do. But like my first, like real world gig, believe it or not, was at CBGB's.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep, the band I was in at the time called Lucid Apnea. We played at CBGB's forever ago.
Now, I can understand what you're talking about there with that whole Oreo thing because that's better than I used to be called Token because I was a lone white guy.
That's the token white
I was a lone white guy.
Or white bread.
Or white bread. I was white bread when I used to deliver for UPS and I'd be in the ghetto.
Oh, boy.
Once you do that, things get easier. So, is there any thoughts of taking live gigs with you guys other than a couple like showcases or one-offs or
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the
Okay.
ultimate plan is to just be one more band that consumes my time. The ultimate thing is just to be out there just as much as the rest of the bands, but it's a slow build just because of our busy schedules independently.
right.
But we're getting there. We're rehearsing. We got the songs. We're building.
Well, you have the two of you and who else?
Lisa
Lisa,
Lovell,
right,
who
and who
plays
else?
both guitar and keys.
Oh,
and-
okay. I didn't
and-
know she played guitar.
Yes, she plays both. And then you have the People's drummer, Joshua Van Ness.
And Josh, right? Oh, you said that earlier. Okay. Why was I thinking that's it? Just the four of you, right?
That's it.
All
It's
right.
a four-piece. We
I was
just
thinking there was
we make
somebody
the
else
smallest
involved.
person in the band play two instruments, so she has to carry all the stuff, and we just watch.
Right.
Even the drums.
She even has to carry the drums.
Hey, equality. Oh boy.
Well, what was so you guys, the all your little videos are really great, but you could see you have the virtual reality.
Ah, yes,
Is
that's
that your most recent one?
that is the most recent one. That's the single "Dirty." Yes,
Gotcha.
I like that one. That is a project, and I've told Tom and I've told everybody that would listen. I said I'm very glad that I got that done. I will never do that again. It was a monster of a project to take on, and it took about 3 months.
Yeah,
What?
you basically learned how to be an animator.
I
for
learned
that
how to
video.
do it.
Yeah.
And then did it, and then I said, I'm never doing this again. I quit like twice along the way. Went as far as writing a live action music video, just another live action music video, and then just doing that. All the resources, scouted them, got prices, and then I was like, all right, let me try one more time. And then I finished.
Makes it easy when I could have somebody do this.
I could have somebody else do this, but you know what? Some of the prices I was getting, I was like, I can do this myself. Just all I need is YouTube and some open source websites. I'm good.
There you go. If you're just tuning in, I'm here with Will and Tom of Never the Name. Let's do some more music.
Sure.
What you want to do?
We can do
Wanna
our
go
first
live, or you
single.
wanna-
You know, actually, since we're talking about Dirty, let's play Dirty.
Okay.
Play dirty. Down dirty.
Well, I see. So, do you want to preface this in any way?
So Dirty is our third and most recent single. We do have a music video for it, which we were just talking about is an animated virtual reality style video. So please watch that. That took a lot of time and effort. So give it a watch. But it is one of my favorite tracks because it features our very own Mr. Tom Bryant delivering a shredding solo that will melt your face. So please hold on to it when we get to that part. Okay? And it's just about, the song itself is about, those people who tend to think you are a fool, and you're like, you're not getting by on me. I see you for who you are.
There you
And
go.
that's it.
Never the Name.
Fresh off the front, acting like a brand new toy. You wanna play me, but not with me, call me Game Boy. Cause you claim to fame, but the stage that you made, you slayed everybody was hate. I'm going to the top like an elevator. You wanna play me cause you're just another hater. So I don't care. You follow the track like your last name is Combo. You may not know it, but I hate liars the most. My name in the game, so don't play. I'm the fame. Just the fact I'm giving you a kindness. Don't mistake any of it for weakness. Lying
There we go. Never the Name here on Rock On Radio. What are your websites, social media? How do we find you?
So you can find us on the socials. We do not do Facebook, so don't look for us there. But we are on Instagram at never_the_name. We are also on YouTube, which you can see the music videos, including Dirty, which we just heard and just spoke about at never_the_name. And you can find us on the controversial platform known as TikTok at just never the name with no underscores. And that's where you can find us.
See, there's the controversy.
Every band's got to have some controversy and scandal. We're also on the Spotifys and the Apple Musics and everywhere else you can listen to our music. It's all on the streamings.
Well, fortunately for you guys and for you, I guess, as well, because how many bands are you in, Tom?
It's a good question, actually.
It's subject to
I guess
interpretation.
I'm a permanent primary member in 3 bands, I want to say. 3.
Okay, Never the Name, and who else?
I am a member of Josh Zuckerman's band. He says hi,
Oh,
by the
no
way, as well as Paul Galzewski.
Oh, how
They say
about
hi.
Nice.
And
Hello, Josh.
I am a member in Matt Cook's band, Matt Cook and the
And
Herd.
Matt. Okay, all right, so those 3, and you have the Extensions and Hanson and
Never the Name and Matt Cook.
the name of Matt Cook. So you have one more than he does. So, but for the 4 between the 2 of you, you have
2 bands in common.
2 bands in common, and
He also will occasionally, if we get more like that, fills in with Brian Hansen band. He's done that before too.
okay,
I've been
so
known to fill in here and there, yeah.
so essentially, not only do you have the Never the Name social media and the ability, but you can be tagged in all those other projects as well.
You can find us a lot of places.
Correct. Now, I guess the reason why I ask that and go in that direction is, does that help you promote the things you want to promote? Because you have so many options to and tag and hashtag and so on and so forth.
I mean, to some degree, I don't necessarily, cross promote if that will. I don't. We can talk about all of the bands that we're in, but it's not like I'm gonna be on stage with Brian Hansen band and be like, hey, by the way, go follow Never the Name. I typically don't do that. But yeah, the bands all interact to some degree. Somebody actually suggested one show. They was like, we should do one show, and it should be Never the Name, Matt Cook, Brian Hansen band, and the Extensions. And I'm like, do you want me to be exhausted by the end of the night? I'm like, that's a lot of bass play.
True.
I'm like, how about no? I'll pass on that one, but I appreciate the suggestion.
Well, and that's kind of where I was going with that, because once you're in one, like all right, and I'll take for example your drummer Josh.
Yes.
And like I said, kind of like Matt Cook, I don't know if the algorithm changed or what, but I haven't seen anything that Joshua has posted on any social media in, gosh, I don't know how long.
He's very active. It must be your algorithm.
When I was talking about the Ocean Avenue Stompers, I interviewed the gentleman who I can't remember. I could look it up in a second, but anyway, he was saying how he started. Remember Jones, right? And I know Joshua did
He's the drummer
some
for Remember
tours
Jones,
with them,
yeah.
and I know that he, he plays with
The WAG.
the WAG, and
Yep.
I know that he plays with so many other people.
Correct.
And it was always so busy when he was doing gigs with this one, and he always promoted it. And if I'm going to see the WAG, and I'm like, oh, that's the drummer from Remember Jones, or that's the drummer from Never the Name, oh, that's the drummer from, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you kind of weave a social media web of
Yeah.
sorts.
Yeah, no, I get that. That happens.
Because in today's, I always liken it, and I don't think I'm off here. I always liken it to white noise. because there's so much out there. There's
So
so
much.
many bands out there. So many
You're
people.
just trying to stand out.
Well, how do you stand out? So I guess any amount of something as simple as, oh, I recognize that drummer,
Yeah.
can be the difference between people coming to see you and
And
not coming to see
I've
you.
noticed that a lot of the people that are following Never the Name, because that's still the baby project, we haven't broken, 500 followers yet. We're getting closer, but haven't even broken that. So if you're listening, follow Never the Name. We can get there. But I noticed that some of the people that are following, I'm like, I don't know who this is, and I'm grateful for every person that follows. But then I'll look, and I'm like, oh, they're friends with Joshua. They're friends with Lisa. They're friends with Tom. It was the one guy, the doctor. He's found us through Tom, and he became a really big, fan and supporter, Dr. D. And even had me on his podcast and all this, and he's promoted our music video for Consequences a lot because of the meaning behind it, and that's the type of thing, like that cross band, cross platform thing. It even extends as far as real life, and depending on what region I'm in. Like if Brian Hansen Band is playing down near Asbury Park, that's really, for lack of a better term, extensions territory. So
Right.
if we're Brian Hansen Band's playing down there, people will be like, hey, aren't you a bass player for the extensions? And I'm like, yeah, I'm the bass player for the extensions as well. But tonight, I'm here with Brian Hansen Band. They're like, cool, look forward to seeing it. And I'm like, great. And then they stick around and they hang out. And they're like, I like this too. So it works that way. And that's a good thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because in today's day and age, you remember when the pandemic hit.
I think I remember that.
And-
A little bit. Vaguely.
And-
Vaguely.
Okay,
You wanna forget it.
vaguely is personally, I'd rather forget the whole thing. But you remember that spawned the era of Facebook Live and Zoom and
TikTok.
and Google Meet and all
Yeah.
this other kind of
It's
stuff.
like that stuff
right?
existed, but it wasn't that popular.
Right.
Playing on your couch.
It went from being a novelty to
This is
Clutter.
the norm. This is the way of life. Yeah.
right, and it's like, oh man, I don't want to watch this again. I don't want to see her again. I don't want to see him again. Where's the new stuff? Yeah. And just like Spotify, one of the things we talk about on this program often is the fact that there are, what did Marzano say, 70-some thousand
65,000, but even that was way back when.
new
Now it's
songs a
almost
day
100,000.
uploaded to
Yeah.
Spotify. In this day and age, how do you stand out? How do you make people want to listen to Never the Name?
I have not figured that out, but I'm trying.
Hope, pray.
That's right.
I am sure trying. You know how? You come on, Rock on Radio
That's
with
right.
Danny and Claire,
Woo!
and maybe you get some good people to follow you. That's what I'm hoping
Yeah,
for.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Correct.
You gotta share it out there.
That's right. If you had a good time, let everybody know. If you didn't, tell me.
I came back, didn't I?
That's true.
That's it.
There's
You
a-
I
did.
was like, you really? You want to come back?
There's a quote too. I'm paraphrasing, but Dave Grohl said that it all comes down to the song, and it speaks to the name. Never the name. It's never the name. It's the music. If you have a song that says something, and if it's authentic and it's true to you, and it's a good song, put it out there. See what happens.
There you go.
Of course, Dave Grohl says that off the success of Nirvana and
Dave
playing
Grohl
100,000
is up here saying
seat
that.
arenas. Yeah, but but you're right. Bob, my good friend, God rest his soul, Bullet Bob Liebner, who used to own the Colts Neck Custom Shop, had a band, and his album, his one and only album, was called "It's All About the Song."
Yeah.
And,
title.
Bullet Bob and the Colts, and that was the title cut. And it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about you. You need to be able to touch people's psyche in some way, whether it's happy, sad, something that makes them dance, hum,
Yeah.
And if you can't write that, then you're not going to have much success. I don't care how much white noise is or isn't there.
Exactly.
It's like they say, a good song is timeless. It connects with people. Period.
And that's the truth, because when you sit back, and I don't know if this is, and I'm going to throw Claire a softball here. I don't know if this is because I'm just that old guy that tells you to get off his lawn now,
Oh,
or if I'm,
I don't need to do that
or
one.
if it's that I've been around so much. But anybody that I speak with from probably the age 50 to 70, let's say, which is even older than me. Yes, thank you. So they all say the same thing. The music today is written but not sustainable.
Hmm.
And what I mean by that is, when I was a kid, you had the Stones, you had Zeppelin, you had Clapton, you had John Denver, you had Bread, you had Bachman Turner Overdrive, you had Motown, songs that were written in the 1960s. Thank you.
I don't have to say anything.
that to this day people know.
Yes.
I talked about this a couple weeks ago. I'm friendly with Diana Ross's daughter,
Oh, okay.
and she sent me Rhonda Ross. Yeah. So I had to think there for a second. I'm thinking, is that right? Anyway, she gave me a couple tickets because she was opening for her mother at the State Theater.
Oh, very nice.
And so they kind of came about last minute. So I took my son, and my son's like, Dad, I don't know any of these songs. I said, right now your mother would smack you.
Yeah.
I said, you were raised on this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she starts off with "I'm Coming Out." Oh, I know that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Then she goes into "Come See About Me." Oh, I know that one.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and he just kept every time. Oh, I know this one too. No kidding.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
But I can't speak of a band that I know where 40, 50 years later, is going to have that same type of effect. Now, again, it could be because I'm old, or it could be
Most likely.
because I can't imagine 9 Inch Nails at a wedding reception. I don't know.
It
you know what I mean?
happens.
It does.
Time will tell.
It does.
It's true.
I mean,
It
at this
really
point,
does.
in all fairness, 9 Inch Nails has been around a long time.
They have,
That's
actually.
true.
They have. It's
My
bands
nephew,
like that.
My nephew actually turned me on to 9 Inch Nails years ago when he was probably in his 20s, late 20s. Of course, he also took me to see Guar
I saw them
and
recently.
Floggy Molly. Guar?
I did.
No kidding. Where?
Yeah. What was it? Jones Beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So they opened believe it or not, they
They opened?
Yes, for Mudvayne.
Oh.
So I went and saw Mudvayne, and I was like, wow, I'm actually seeing Guar right now.
Have they calmed down any?
No, not at all. It was graphic, and there was blood, and props and animatronics, and fire, and it was awesome.
Typical Guar show. Guar.
Not calmed down one bit.
We went to see them at City Garbage. City Gardens. City Gardens in Trenton. Guar.
Wow.
He's like, no, you can't wear that. He's like, you got to put on some T-shirt you don't care about, man. You know,
Yeah.
they threw
'Cause
paint
if
all
you're
over
close
the.
enough,
Oh yeah.
that blood was getting you.
Oh yeah. Correct. Let's do some more music.
All right, we're gonna do some more music. Let's double check something, Tom. Give me that. Give me some tunes. Give me that G. D. We'll go on right down.
Well, while they're tuning up, I will
That means we like you.
say, you tune because you care. I know. So what do you have for us there, Will?
All right, so we're gonna perform our debut single. It's called Quasimodo's Love Note. Once again, there's a music video for it. So please check that out. And Tom and I are going to get into it. And this song is for anyone who has ever been victim to the shiny, pretty people. That's what we like to call them. The people who hide behind their appearance or their position or whatever to get away with all of the nonsense while trying to bring you down along the way. And it's called Quasimodo's Love Note. And it goes a little something like this. Once upon a midnight dreary, you were standing too near me. I told you I don't like your face, plus your words are so lame. I thought I told you step off, get out my face, poof, be gone. The circus just got to town, so put on your makeup, you clown. Your smile is so fake, keep grinning when your teeth will break. Every time you open your mouth, I roll my eyes out loud. I brought you this letter about the lies you tell, and I signed it at the bottom with P.S. Go to hell. La ta 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 da. La ta 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 da. You're building up a pedestal of nonsense that you stand upon. You think you're so beautiful, but man, you cannot be more wrong. You worship up a criminal, pathetic, delusional, abysmal, and so dismal. It's amazing, you're so cynical. A son of a gun with a simple tongue. You think that you're the son. A church of mess on oral abscess, dumb, diddly dumb. You'd go on down my leg and then you tell me it was vain. So you better start to pray, cause I tell you I'm not playing. Oh, I thought I told you step on, get off my face, poof, be gone. The way you stick to your lies, the way cold sticks to ice. Avoid correction with misdirection. Don't look there, look here to see my perfection. Start a fight, hand in empty house. Every time you open your mouth, I brought you this letter about the lies you tell, and I signed it at the bottom with P.S. Go to hell. Timber, 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 'cause you always fall down. Oh, yeah. La da da da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Oh, and I brought you this letter about the lies you tell, and I signed it at the bottom with P.S. Go to hell, yeah. I turn around again, getting dizzy from all the backstabbing. Oh no. I turn around again, getting dizzy from all the backstabbing. You lie.
Never the name here on Rock On Radio. Nice cold ending. That's two. You guys like the cold endings as opposed to the.
Sometimes you just gotta stop.
That's it. It's funny because it's like the shock value when you do, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. Fantastic.
I
Now,
like the shock value.
So
That's why
are
the
you-
second verse you start off with a rap and they're like, what?
Which is awesome.
fantastic. So who was your when you were young? Who'd you listen to? What?
The Jackson 5. Easy
Okay.
question. Easy answer. Yep.
Nice.
When you mentioned Motown, I was like, I know all about that.
Uh-huh.
My parents listened to a lot of the Motown era and jazz too. So Diana Ross, I heard plenty of artists like Patti LaBelle, Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson, The Temptations, all of that. But obviously, and this just goes to show how my perspective as a kid was distorted. Then there was the Jackson 5. I was like, oh, they're kids like me. And my parents are like, funny thing about that, that guy dancing around a cemetery in a red jacket talking about Thriller? Yeah, that's the same person. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, that's old. This is current. I'm like, wow. He's still performing. But yeah, that was it for me. It was the Jackson 5.
Here's when he was black, and here's when he was mixed.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But then it was like, I started listening to other things because of the people around me. I have an older sister, so then I got things like which interestingly enough was like the current version of the Jackson 5 at the time, New Edition. And then my cousins would introduce me to things that from the hip hop side, which I never really gravitated towards, but I started learning about, your Public Enemy and your NWA and your LL Cool J, Naughty by Nature, who were from Jersey, things like that. Run DMC, all of that good stuff. Yep, even the Beastie Boys. I would listen to all of that stuff, and then years later, my mom signed me up for band camp, and this one time at band camp, I had to learn about Metallica and the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Bush, and those were the first 3 bands I heard, and I was like, oh, that's who these people are. Yeah. And then that just flipped the switch, and here we are.
Nice. So who do you listen to now?
I am all over the map. I mean, you go on my phone and you pick a playlist, and I've got one for every type of music, including, jazz and classical and country. I've got it all. But most recently I listen to a lot of The Warning, which is a rock band of 3 sisters from Monterrey, Mexico. I listen to a lot of Corey Wong a lot lately. I've been listening to him, from Wolfpack and the Fearless Flyers. Dirty Loops, a Swedish band, really, really cool band. And I'm not listening to too much mainstream. I've gone back and started listening to Primus again. So we're just going backwards and stuff like that.
Les Claypool,
I'm telling you. And I'm really all over the map. But for like your classic or well-known bass players, I'm still listening to Jocko and Marcus Miller and Victor Wooten and people like that. And so that's what I listen to. But it's all over the map, trust me.
So with all of that various stuff, how does that affect your songwriting?
That means I can draw from anything, and whatever genre it falls in, I don't care. If I like it, it goes on the album. So to some degree, when you hear the full album, you'll be like, oh, okay, you hear that last song, which is the first song on the album, and then it just goes somewhere else for track 2. Dirty is track 3. It goes somewhere else for track 4. Consequences is track 5. And then it's somewhere else for track 6. And then there's track 7, which, to my understanding, you guys actually have.
Yeah,
so,
this is do tell us about that one.
So track number 7 is a song called Destiny. It is an interesting little tale, and I'll try to keep the short version of it. So the Never the Name that you know here is actually Never the Name 2.0. The original Never the Name was a band I started way back in the early 2000s, and I wrote the songs for that, and we had our drummer was like, well, I want to write a song. And I said, okay, write the song. And he wrote the song, and then we performed it once, and then he realized he didn't, really have a voice for that, and he was like, all right, we're never doing that again. I was like, all right, you want to do it? I said, well, I'll let you do it. And then our bass player was like, well, if he wrote a song, I'm going to write a song, because at the time I played guitar. And he was like, well, he wrote a song, I'm going to write a song. And we did that song, and it was the silliest but most fun song. I had so much fun with that song. And then my girlfriend at the time, she goes, well, I'm going to write a song. And I was like, sure, baby, whatever you say. And then, you fast forward maybe a week or so, and she calls me. And she's like, "You in your room?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you called my room phone," which, by the way, at the time was anchored to a wall. You know, that's the type of
With a
phone it
cord.
was.
Back in the
With a
day.
cord, that's the type of phone it was. And she's like, "You got your guitar?" And I'm like, "Always." And she's like, "Get your guitar." And she hummed the melody of this song. She went da da da, and I opened up Notepad on probably what was Windows 95 or something at the time, and typed out all of the lyrics that she gave me. And she gave me the melody and all of the lyrics. And she said, "I don't have the music for the chorus. Can you write that?" I said, "I'll write that." And she said, "And I don't have that middle part. What's it called?" I said, "A bridge." And she's like, "Yeah, write that part." But the melody of the song and the lyrics she wrote. And, that's my girlfriend at the time, my ex-girlfriend, as I like to call her. But, I kept the song, and don't worry about it. I kept her, too. I just upgraded her. She's now my wife.
Aww.
But I like to call her my ex-girlfriend. And she wrote this song, and just to be transparent in the humor of it, it is about a John who falls in love with a prostitute and thinks he can save her from a life on the streets. That's just what the song is about.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Well, thank you, love. This is a beautiful song." And then the only other thing I told her, as I said, "Yeah, but the way you wrote it is slow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the intro the way you wrote it, and then I'm going to speed it up. Is that cool with you?" She's like, "Cool." I said, "All right, we're good." And that is the story of Destiny.
Nice.
But now, is this a premiere or is that other?
This is an exclusive world premiere. The album will come out on the 21st, but Destiny has never been heard or performed. It is not a single, but you're all going to hear it first here on Rock On Radio.
She stands for that man that passes by.
as a drummer, I love those type of
That's so
things.
cool.
Time signatures.
You immediately jumped on it. He's like, 3 different time signatures within the first.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
A little bit of nice little progressive rock touch. In
There you
a little
go.
bit. If you're just tuning in where you've been, this is Rock on Radio. It's almost over. I'm here with Will and Tom of the Never the Name. Of Never the Name. There we go. Correct. So how about you, Tom, man? What did you listen to growing up?
First band I ever fell in love with was the Beatles. It was all Beatles all the time for me.
Okay.
And then from there, I got into just all the classics, Stones, Steely Dan, Eagles, Clapton, all that, and as well as all the lovely bands that Will mentioned earlier.
Nice. See?
Yep. That's why Tom and I would gel.
It's good parenting right there, man, between the two, you guys. Your parents did you proud.
They did. Make sure we had the right foundation to be musicians.
So websites and everything again?
Yeah, sure. Never the Name is on Instagram and YouTube at never_the_name. And we are on TikTok at Never the Name. That's where you can find us for now. We're on all of the streaming stuff. It's out there. And you can also put the music up on YouTube. But most importantly, when you're on YouTube, watch those music videos. We got 3, Quasimodo's Love Note, Consequences, and the very time-consuming Dirty.
Which we shared out. Actually, I shared out to you on Insta so that you could share it out
Lovely.
on Rock on Radio.
There you go.
Excellent.
Yes. Because I
So-
can't share it on Facebook because somebody...
Because somebody had no life.
Well, I shared it from your personal one to Rock on Radio's Facebook. So
All right, there
I
you
did do that.
Oh, now I'm going to get
That's right. It's your
Poison.
responsibility.
Yeah. Now, what's your individual, your own personal site so people can find out about you, Tom?
So I don't have a website yet, but you can find me on Instagram at tbryant1. That's TBRI as an island, ANT1, and
Okay.
Facebook, all that stuff.
Brian with an
Facebook.
I.
As
It-
Island.
That's right.
I like Island. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Well, there's Brian with a Y and Bryant with an I. So.
Right.
Should I say igloo or something else instead?
You can say whatever you want, sir.
All right.
I like Island.
All right, I'm going to stick with it.
Nice.
So, how much time we have left, Claire? 1 minute? Oh, okay.
One of us.
So,
One and some.
quickly, what is the end game for the Never the Name?
The end game, put this album out and do some shows and do some touring behind it. We want to get out on the road, and hopefully that's where you'll find us.
Yay.
Excellent.
Woohoo.
All right, well, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience with the
With Lemmy.
with Lemmy.
Lemmy.
And I'm going to talk to him. I really am. I have to get some Rocco Radio candles and do a seance.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
boy.
I won't be there.
one of them there seances, and we'll summon him up. But
I think
I
we
don't
just
think
did.
I've seen a look on his face like that.
I think we just did.
But with the phone calls and everything tonight, thanks a lot, man. May 21st, the album drops.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Check it
and
out.
it is called
Millennial Boomer Consumer.
Millennial Boomer Consumer, and it'll be available
Everywhere.
everywhere. Fantastic. Tom, it was good to see you again, sir.
Good to see you as well, sir.
Been a long time.
Yeah.
I
Great
had
to be
brown
back.
hair the last time you came on.
So did I.
Ouch. Ouch.
Nothing gray's coming in now.
Next week, we have the Beagles
Enjoy.
and Joy here on Rock On Radio. So until then,
Rock on!